Another celebrity has something else stupid to say, so we're going to talk about it. What did Jennifer Lopez say? She said, breakups are not a failure. It's a launch pad into your next best self. That sounds like someone that just failed. Just looking into a positive light into their next failure. Now, Jennifer Lopez has a history of not one just being a diva. Let's get that out of the way. She's a tremendous diva. She's just unworkable to work with, and everyone knows it. Everyone in Hollywood knows it. She's just like completely just she's horrible, right? But if you just go to her dating history, it's just as bad. Just constant, like, these are good guys that she's going out with, marrying, but it ends up the same way where they just can't have, they're done with her after a certain point. She has a shelf life. Guys realize it. And I can see where the guys are coming from. They're probably thinking, okay, maybe I can change her. Maybe she broke up because of the reasons she said. I guarantee you, in each of her relationships, she was blaming the guy that he wasn't picking up his weight or this and that. He was like, yeah, whatever, just so he can get in her pants, essentially. Then once they get married, he's like, oh shit, that was full of crap. That guy might have been right. But yeah, sounds like someone that is trying to explain her bad behavior and trying to cleanse herself of this bad behavior. It's almost like getting baptized from this religion that you've never been a part of, like Christianity or catechism or whatever other religion that she all of a sudden is into because God basically said, oh, you are forgiven. So I think that's the angle that she's trying to get across here. But then she starts not making sense. If you're the one who's being heartbroken, you're the winner. Because if you go around your life and you're breaking hearts, let's say you're a loser. I've been on both sides. But if you're that person, you never learn anything. It's just some philosophical bullshit. Like, what are we talking about? I think we shouldn't diminish like heartbreak in relationships because that is heartbreaking. And even when a relationship is ended, I do agree to some extent. You learn something, you take that with you into your next relationship, into your next marriage. Jennifer Lopez doesn't do that. She's been in I don't know how many marriages, and she doesn't learn from her mistakes because she doesn't learn. She's a diva. Obviously, if she would have learned, then her being a hard ass and her being a diva would have gone away after years doing this earlier when she was younger. This is still a big thing with her. She's difficult to work with. She's impossible to be around. And after a year or two, you're like, most guys, I'm done with her. I want out and I want to get divorced. Luckily for those guys, Jennifer Lopez has a ton of money. It's just not like Jennifer Lopez is coming for their money. So I guess that's the reason why celebrities get with other celebrities. There doesn't become that situation where, okay, you have to worry about 50% of your shit being taken away, especially when they're also rich and their egos are high. They do care about money, but they don't really care about that sort of stuff, yada, yada, yada. But I think this is more prominent for women that have slept around a lot. For the women that have slept around a lot to feel this way, to feel that it's not your fault. You're just learning. Let me pat you on the head. Like, there's a brighter future ahead. There's more men that will take your bullshit. Oh, and by the way, let's baptize you. All this, your 150 body count doesn't exist. We'll cleanse that too. It's just a lot of horseshit. Like, that stuff doesn't, like, there needs to be some accountability and responsibility. And I feel like when Jennifer Lopez says this, she's not taking into account that, like, she needs to take some of the blame for this. When she says this, it's almost like she's blaming Ben Affleck or she's blaming these other men that she's been married to and not towards her. Like, nowhere in that article or nowhere in the comments she made about this situation where she said, oh, this has totally been on me. I need to do better. It's more like, well, it is what it is. Hopefully this makes me into a better person. It's like, I guess in a way claiming some accountability, but not really. It's just kind of a cop out. She's talking about having the biggest growth spurts emotionally, physically, spiritually. Like, woman, you're like in your late 50s, 60s. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you should have already had that. Like, now's the time to be settling in. If you're still single, that's fine. But stop with this bullshit of, oh, I'm learning more about myself every single day. It sounds like a woman that hasn't been able to sustain a long, healthy relationship. I actually remember she was with Mark Anthony for a while, and I thought that was going to go the distance. And I guess Mark Anthony was like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm done. I'm out of here. So, like, she can't have a long, healthy relationship because she doesn't learn. She says she wants to learn, but she's not fucking learning. And that's something that when you're in a relationship, you have to do, because if you're not learning, that just basically means you're stubborn. And when you're stubborn, being stubborn doesn't go well over the long term. If you're stubborn, people realize that, and it becomes annoying to have to be in a relationship like that. I feel like also a lot of celebrities struggle with long-term dating. You have a shelf life of how long that relationship can withstand, just being in the spotlight for so long. I'd have to see like when like most of the relationships don't last a long time. It's very rare that they last even more than like 5 years. You go out in the open world, you see relationships, marriages, 10, 20, 30 years, 40 years. But for whatever reason, these celebrities, they don't have a marriage longer than 5 years. Like, so many times they get married and they divorce after a year. Obviously, those situations do occur in real life, but I just find it curious that, with celebrities, they can't have that relationship long term. But yeah, Jennifer Lopez, another classic example, just making it about herself on, oh, come with me on this journey. What journey? Stupid.